I almost can't believe that I'm having to make the same video that I made a couple of times last year. Silver raids, silver squeeze, doesn't work, and it's just going to hurt people. So today I want to explore a little bit more about why I am very anti-silver raiding, yet still very pro-buying silver. I think silver purchased responsibly in this world is one of the best things that you can do. But silver raiding, probably one of the worst things that you can do. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a warm welcome to you all joining me for another Precious Metal Ramble. Now, we're about a year out from the silver squeeze movement's rise, and it's silver raiding. And what better thing to do when something doesn't work but bang your head against the wall and do it again, because now we're seeing the resurgence once more of this concept of silver raiding to push up the price of silver. It's a flawed concept, and it's one that really only serves to line the pockets of advertisers and dealers and social media influencers with affiliate bonus codes. It's not something that is sustainable. It's not something that is going to push the price of silver up. All it's going to do is hurt the community. It's divisive. It divides us as community as well. And it puts people at risk and at danger as well, because quite frankly, as responsible social media influencers, we have a duty of care to the people that watch our videos to make them understand that actually there is bigger picture than just break the COMEX and, you know, rise silver up. It's not all about that. Now, I do want to just preface this with two things. First, I'm not a financial advisor myself. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about shiny things, and I'm going to share my own opinions here. And second, I have absolutely nothing against people buying silver. And that's one thing that has always been misconstrued in this community, why we're so divided between the people who just want to bang their heads against the wall and buy as much as they can on a given date. Fine, go ahead and do that. That's your prerogative. But what I have umbrance is with the spamming, with the just lack of responsibility that comes out from people who get swept up with this social media craze and then start really egging on others, and it gets this kind of peer pressure moment where people then look to go and buy their silver. And of course, silver raiding is one of the most fundamentally flawed concepts that I have ever heard about. I mean, it's just silly, because what you're doing is you're publicly saying on social media, hey guys, let's go buy all the silver at this dealer on the 15th of May. So what's the dealer going to do on the 15th of May? He's going to put his prices up. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he? He knows there's going to be a captive audience that's coming to his website or his local coin store on that day. He's going to make bank. He's going to put as much premium on his products as he can. And lo and behold, that's exactly what's happened numerous times before. Now, of course, there are some dealers that will look to embrace the silver squeeze and look to embrace these silver raid moments, and they'll put their prices, they'll put like competitive pricing as up for some of their items, and you'll see low premium offerings. But actually, when it comes to a lot of the stuff that people are wanting to buy, like the US Eagles, they'll put those premiums up. Those premiums will go up, and it's all because of supply. And then that feeds into the whole mentality that we're actually having an impact on the silver market because there is this restriction in supply. The COMEX will break because they can't supply the silver. The two markets are completely separate. I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of the depths of the entire sort of paper versus physical market. A really good content creator and friend of mine, Empire Precious Metals, did a great video talking about this recently, and I'll link his down below. Go and give him a big shout out and subscribe to him. If you like my kind of down-to-earth approach to precious metal buying and stacking and responsible purchases, then you'll love Stormy, you'll love Empire Precious Metals and others. There are plenty of others out there as well. I'll try and remember to put as many as I can down below, because I'm not alone in my sentiment that silver raiding and squeezing silver to break the COMEX, to drive the price of silver up, is just fundamentally flawed. The amount of buying power that the physical market has is next to nothing compared with the greater markets, and people don't understand that. And they think as well that paper is just made up silver, and it's really not. It's something very separate and very different to your regular kind of, you know, bullion that you might buy at a local coin store. So I really don't like this whole social media kind of influencer movement to sort of promote the silver raiding. This has all been sparked off by a channel here on YouTube, which I'm not going to name, but a lot of people will know who it is already. But he called for spamming of comments about the silver raid on other channels, and it happened on mine. And at first I was like, oh, well, yeah, there's somebody coming out the woodwork again. It happened again and again and a few more times. And I'm like, this is just not on. I don't think it's right. I think there's plenty of space on YouTube for everyone with all different types of opinion. And as I said at the start, I don't have any problem with people wanting to go and buy silver, as long as you do it responsibly. If you are the kind of person that wants to go out and buy on May the 15th and give the dealers a heads up that you're coming so they can raise the prices for you, that's fine. Go ahead and do it. But I do not agree with this spamming, this inane kind of almost comedic look that that a lot of stackers are getting on social media now, that it's fine, it's just a bit of fun, it's just engaging people, bringing more people into the fray. I personally think if your first experience of buying silver is buying a $40 plus US Eagle, which is a bullion coin, remember, this stuff, this is just bullion. I'm dropping it on my table as we speak. I'm holding it. I don't care about the quality of these. They are bullion pieces. When I bought these, they were peanuts over spot price compared with what they are now. And even in these conditions here, they can command a huge premium. So, there are a whole host of different new stackers out there that are getting introduced to gold and silver at high premiums, high prices. I mean, prices are up now anyway compared with where they were pre-pandemic and sort of geopolitical events in the world right now. And the cost of living crisis and inflation and everything going up, people get this in their mind that this is the only thing that you should have and you should give up everything else to have it. And that's just a fallacy. And a lot of people are, again, it's this kind of mixed messages that come out from a lot of the social media creators that engaging in this is the only way to preserve your wealth, and that's just not true. It's one of the ways to do it, but it is not the only way to do it. And you look at the long-term picture of gold and silver, and I'm a firm believer in it. That's why I have some. That's why I've got a big pile of it here on the table. But ultimately, it's all about responsible stacking, and what a lot of people will not necessarily understand is that the short-term gains that might be influenced on this are just premiums. They are not the real reflection of silver prices. And premiums go up, premiums go down. And we saw over this last 12, 18 months, premiums go up because of the silver squeeze movement. And that has not come to reflect the true metal price. That's a market price. That's what buyers are willing to buy silver at. And that's fueled by ignorance of what really people should be paying for it. Now, if you're buying a bullion piece of silver, you really shouldn't be looking to pay a premium price on it. If you're buying, limited hand-poured pieces of silver or collectible bits like Queen's Beast coins like these, then yeah, there is a premium attached to these things and it's a specific market. Take this coin to any dealer right now and the chances are you'll get spot price or maybe a touch above if you're lucky. And then, of course, they'll just turn around tomorrow and put this coin up on their website or in their local coin store for twice what you were paid for it. And that is just cutting out the middleman. It's cutting you out of the loop here. You are not doing the work to get your money out of these bits of silver. So the whole point of silver raiding to rise the price of silver is not going to work. It is only going to push up the premiums even further. And it's just not something that is sustainable for that long term. And that's going to hurt a great deal many people that go over and above what they actually can afford to do. Now, my entire message in the 5-6 years that I've been now making videos here on YouTube is one of responsible stacking, is one of taking perhaps savings that you've got, money that is put to one side for a rainy day, and converting some of it into something that's real and physical, that's different from just numbers on a screen in a bank account or in a stock or a share. This is real, this is something that's different, and that will never change. And I don't have a problem with buying silver or people buying silver, but the responsibility of social media influencers, I really hate that phrase, but I think that is the most important thing. And jumping on hype, jumping on fun and sharing silly GIFs and pictures of apes and, just being silly, basically. I think it brings everybody down and it also divides the community as well. This community, the silver community, is one of the reasons I started making videos and pouring silver in the first place. I saw very quickly, having watched a lot of videos at the start, back in 2016, that this was something that I wanted to be involved with. I liked the people, and there are few and far between of those left now. There's a lot that have turned solely into click-hungry YouTube influencers, or they'll do and say anything for those clicks and those ad revenue dollars. And let's not forget that the ad revenue here is a driving factor. I could quite happily just start jumping on bandwagons and jumping on. My channel could be significantly bigger right now. I could get way more views if I just suddenly changed my approach and did all of the similar things that some of these clickbaity channels, $1,000 an ounce silver, do. But that's just not my message. That's not what I want to convey. It's not the kind of channel that I am, the kind of person that I am, to be quite frank. Some people are. That's fine. If they want to do that, that's all right. But just understand from you as a consumer, as a person that watches other channels, that there are other motives out there. And let me tell you, these big channels, even the channels my size, will be absolutely raking it in with these clickbait views. You get 100,000 views on a video, you're earning bank. You are earning a good chunk of change, and that is just simply because you're getting these clicks through from these catchy thumbnails and titles, which, by the way, are completely redundant 2 days later. There were a lot of videos last week about the dropping silver and gold prices, and of course then the interest rates rose around the world and currencies start to fall and gold and silver go up and change direction once again. There is a whole host of different things, and nobody knows the future. It really is that simple. Nobody knows the future. So that's kind of my little rant, my little moan, I guess now it's turning into like a yearly sort of annual moan about silver raiding. It's probably not going to change any minds that are already set to raid, but I know the hardcore stackers that follow my channel will understand my reticence, my hesitance to embrace anything like the stupidness of a silver raid. It really is a pretty silly concept to try and do. To bring new people into the fold to invest in silver has to be done responsibly. It can't just be done with silly memes and GIFs. It has to be done responsibly. These are representing actual real pounds, dollars, and euros and pence and whatever currency you're buying in that people are putting into this stuff. And it scares me, actually. Like, it does. I think that there's one day, I do think this whole world of making videos about silver and gold on YouTube will drastically change. I think YouTube one day will come out and say, hey, you're giving financial advice. No, we're not. We're just sitting here talking about stuff. A lot of people are giving financial advice. They're not just sharing their opinions, and there's a distinct line that needs to be drawn for those, in my opinion. But maybe that's a question for another day. Maybe that'll happen one day. But for now, all we can do is just understand that there are limitations on the markets for precious metals in its physical form, and a lot of people don't necessarily get that, and it's important to share the education as I can. And if I just change one person's opinion to not go and blow all their money on the 15th of May and then have to sell half their stack to fund their bills next month, then that's mission accomplished for me. So that's my thoughts and opinions. As I've said many times before, I'd love to know what yours are, so please feel free to comment down below. If you would like to purchase some of our 1 ounce silver forum bars, we have just a very limited stock. I think we're in single digits by the time this video goes live, up on our website. These just absolutely monstrously sold in pre-order, so there's only a few left now on our website. They're available down below. Global shipping applies. Go and check them out, and best way to support our channel. You get something real physical rather than just sending a super chat or a tip or anything like that. You get something out of it at the other end. But do understand that these are premium pieces, and I'm not here to tell you that these are investment pieces. They support our channel, they support the Silver Forum, and that's what they do. So just understand that. That's it from me. Big rant and a big moan. I'd love to know if you're a BYB rambler, if you've stayed to the end to watch everything that we've talked about. Let me know down in the comments. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're not. We'll see you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.